guys, Robbo46 here. Welcome yourselves back to MotoGP 25 on the Xbox Series X. We're doing an online lobby session. I wanted to do some race-off events online, which is exactly what we're doing. But yeah, there's only one other person at the available time. So just thought I'd do a little head-to-head to begin with. So I'm on, we're using a prettier custom rider, and we immediately take the lead, and they have crashed already. So that obviously gave me a decent lead already, so I was just having to try not to crash. And yeah, I didn't realise to begin with just how many laps we were going to be doing. So we are doing 12 laps. I won't show you the whole 12 laps just because a lot of it's going to be myself by myself. But yeah, it's just literally me getting quicker and quicker with each lap. This corner always catches me out, always going there way too hot. But just learning my way around. This wasn't long after I did a flat track race around here on career mode, literally like same day. So my lap pace was getting quicker and quicker in this race. It was good practice. It was a shame that the other person crashed right at the beginning, but yeah, I think I would have pulled away pretty quickly anyway. So that's one lap done already. On to lap 2. Now it's just trying to get a little bit quicker. So even though I enabled it when I first started playing MotoGP 25, I had to re-enable cross-platform play, because for some reason it turned itself back off. This was with it turned on, and it was unfortunately the only lobby doing the race-off events. That's fine, because there was loads of other lobbies with MotoGP category and Moto2. Didn't see any with Moto3, but it was in the early afternoon, so if I'd gone for the evening it probably would have been a lot busier. But yeah, second lap looking a lot more tidy, and we had increased our lead to quite a substantial amount. Still got that annoying voice chat bug on Xbox, which is quite off-putting. It wasn't actually coming up that much in this race, nowhere near as often as it used to. But yeah, starting lap 3. You can see from the mini-map we are miles ahead, literally nearly half a lap ahead already, and we're only 3 laps in, so a lot of work to do for them, but I just had to basically keep the pace. But like I said, I was just getting quicker and quicker as the laps were scrolling on through. Yeah, getting a good feeling with flat track. The only one I'm not really that keen on, or not that good at, is the motard. Just can't quite get my head around that one. He's crashed again. So yeah, looking like I was going to potentially lap him, and that became my goal. I was like, right, let's put some clean laps together and see if we can in fact catch him. We've got loads of laps to go, but yeah, that then became my goal. Let's see if we can lap him by the time we get to the final lap. So on to lap 4, and I'm going to cut out a load of laps now. So we rejoin the end of lap 10 on to lap 11, and you can see by the mini-map we are visually a lot closer to them. We were closing, and we didn't have that long left to try and do it. I needed him to maybe crash one more time, maybe even 2, but yeah, I was closing in. They were getting quicker as well, obviously they're getting used to it, so their lap times were improving, so I wasn't taking as big a chunk out of them as I was in previous laps. Doesn't really look like we've gained a huge amount on this lap. Then all of a sudden, you'll see in a minute, it looks like we have. So coming through the last few corners before we then start the final lap. So previous laps, when I was coming around this corner, I could see him on the other side of the track. Just see him in the distance there. I was like, right, this is it, final lap. We need to push as much as we can. See him up there. Just trying to go as quick as I can without sliding too much. But I was definitely sliding more than I was on previous laps. Out of here, didn't get. That was okay, that exit. You can see on the minimap we're really closing in now. You can see him visually. He was out of here. I didn't get a great run because I went a little bit wide. Spun up a bit too much. Trying to close in here on the brakes. You can see him, but we are rapidly running out of corners. We're nearly on the same corner as them. But there's only 3 corners left. I definitely needed one more lap. He went wide there and it was getting close, but this is literally the final corner and he went wide again. I just couldn't quite get it. Just needed that little bit extra. But yeah, in terms of my first race online, obviously couldn't have been any better. We won by a huge margin. Yeah, my best lap ever, 1:11 to their 1:15, so we were quite a bit quicker, and that was quicker than I went in the actual career mode as well. So definitely happy with that. So onwards to the next race. In the next race, there was a very, very bizarre bug. So this one, a couple more people in it, which I was happy about. It was the other circuit as well, and everything feels fine now. Everything all good. If you watch the speedometer coming out the first corner, because they all take a shortcut there and just cut the corner completely. But yeah, if you watch this speedometer, someone crashed there. I'm applying the throttle, but nothing's happening. So you see the green line on the inside by the number here. Put the throttle on, but nothing's actually happening in terms of acceleration. So that felt really weird. I got hit there. So it looks like we're all have no idea what we're doing. We're all drunk or something, but we're putting the throttle on. There's just no acceleration whatsoever. Really bizarre bug. And yeah, just we're all over the place. Literally just did a race where it was all fine, and then none of the settings were changed in between races in the lobby, so I don't actually know what was going on here. It was definitely just a bug, but it was very frustrating because I knew I could go a lot quicker, but the game just wouldn't let me. It was like, open the throttle, there was a big delay before anything actually happened. Very weird. Very, very weird. He actually took the, well, I say took the right line there. Just completely cut the corner again. Wide there, but yeah, throttle on, nothing happening. And you end up cutting the corner. Really bizarre. So again, this one was 12 laps, and I was thinking, by the end of the 12th lap, we're going to have got used to this. And we'll kind of be okay with it. Just starting to get used to it now, but yeah, it wasn't the best experience. Yeah, just a really bizarre bike. I was just glad that it was happening to everyone else. It wasn't just me, it was happening to, you can clearly see it was happening to everyone. But yeah, very weird. Never had anything like that before. Look, I just I can't take the corners like I want to because I got no drive whatsoever. It was just nothing, and then it would kick in. It was strange. Someone had already stopped on the other side of the track because we start lap 3, second place is about to cut this corner again, and you'll see them just appear on the left. There they are. They were quite far behind. We had a collision there. Someone else had left. So now there was just 3 of us, but one person was just at the side of the track. So they weren't doing anything. Second place just picked up a time penalty as well. They seem to be lagging quite a bit. Yeah, it did seem like I was just starting to get to grips with this weird bug. Or trying to. And someone else left, the person in second. So the only other person was a guy who had stopped at the side of the track. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to continue with this. It seems a bit silly trying to do this race all by myself for another than 9 laps, and yeah, it just wasn't great. So I decided to quit as well. So into the next lobby, we're doing the mini bikes this time. Again, for me and 3 other people. Thought hopefully that bug has gone now, and luckily it had. So here we go. Only 4 laps as well. We're not doing 12 laps anymore. Doing 4 laps. I thought, right, let's see if we can get a win on the mini bikes. But that little touch there, unfortunately, caused me to crash, and really unsettled me. So we dropped down to 4th place, which was last, and had a lot of work to do. And obviously, only 4 laps. There wasn't a huge amount of time to do it in. The only issue there is collisions on the mini bikes. It makes you go really, really weird. Like when I had that collision, I couldn't steer. Really weird. That's why I ended up out on the grass. It's not the only time you're going to see this. So I saw them cutting the corners. Someone just had a crash as well. And yeah, previously after the previous race, once we got back into the lobby, I did notice that the stewards were set to tolerant, which is why people were cutting corners and everything, and just got back in 2nd place. And yeah, the leader had a massive lead of over 6 seconds, and I thought, well, I'm going to close that down in just over 2 laps, so just going to have to try and settle into 2nd place. They were probably cutting corners, touching the blue. I was trying not to, but when you're against people who you do, you have to kind of start doing that yourself, just so that you're not losing too much time when they're potentially cutting corners. And yeah, obviously getting no penalty for it, which was the annoying thing, but like I said, the stewards were set to tolerant, so they could get away with it. So yeah, lap times for me under the 1 minute bracket, but obviously the leader going much quicker. 8.2 was the lead now, so there was no way in hell I was going to catch him on the penultimate lap already. That crash and that collision, which sent me off track, definitely didn't help. I was hoping that maybe the next race we could do a bit better. See, that clipped a bit of blue there and didn't get any penalty at all. The gap had come down a little bit, 8.5. Started cutting the corners more now, knowing that I could actually get away with it. Yeah, that throttle bug definitely wasn't present in this particular lobby, which was good. The final lap, yeah, no way in hell we were going to close in by nearly 9 seconds. The gap was going up again. Yeah, I just couldn't do anything. Just had to keep going and just have a 2nd place. Look how fast the gap's going up now, 9.4 seconds, 9.5, 9.7. even if he crashed, he would have time to respawn and get going again. Nearly 10 seconds now. Oh, sorry, let's just cut the corners even more. So yeah, he just crossed the line. The gap is 10 seconds now. I ended up out in the grass. But yeah, second place. Not too bad after being on the floor and having that weird contact which sent me out on the grass. But yeah, it was a better race because there was no throttle bug, which definitely helped and made things a lot better. So I was hoping next time, whether we come here or go to the other track, I knew what to do. Cut corners a lot more as well, like they were doing. Just look at that, fastest lap compared to mine, much quicker. So yeah, that was our first mini bike race online. Now we're going to go over and do another one. So here we go again. Try not to have too much contact. Okay. It's the other circuit as well. Again, 4 laps. Alright, let's see what we can do. The leader won the previous race. But annoyingly, we had a weird touch again, which, look, just, you lose all your tyre grip and just sends you out really wide. So I ended up down in 3rd again. And then everyone went wide into this corner. So everyone forgets about that corner. But yeah, was annoyed again that we had a bit of contact, which I came off a lot worse again. Really weird. Yeah, the tyres just completely lose grip and you can't turn. So through the final chicane, yeah, they were cutting quite a bit. So I thought I'm going to do the same. I want to try and catch up with them if I can. The leader not getting away as much as he did in the first race. Just trying to close in. Really, it looked like they were pulling away at this point. I thought, because the second place had closed in on the leaders, I went very deep there. So this is already the end of lap number 2. 1.7 is the gap at the moment. Closing the gap quite a bit there on the brakes, but yeah, that's where I had to try and make up most of my time just on the brakes. Closing a bit there, and on the faster section, I pulled away again a little bit. I kept going wide here, which definitely didn't help. Again. Start the final lap. 4th place has just crashed. And yeah, I got a penalty for that cut. Half-second penalty. But it did allow me to close right in. I did think, should I just try and get my revenge on 2nd place and force them off track? I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. Just going to try and overtake if we can, but knowing that I had that time penalty, even if I got in front of them, I wasn't really going to be able to hold the position. So just a few corners to go. Alright, let's try and get this chicane sorted. And I think I just beat them to the line, but obviously that half-second time penalty did drop me back. But yeah, that was a better race in terms of closing them down. Although I did pick up a time penalty in the process. But yeah, just those weird collisions. Very weird collisions. I don't know whether it's just this category or whether it's due to lag, I'm not sure. But yeah, just both times we've had collisions, just my grip in the tyres is completely gone. I just end up off track. So yeah, ended up. Yeah, so I would have crossed the line 1,000th of a second in front of them with that time penalty. We didn't. So, final race of this video. Again, another mini bike race. I was like, right, come on, let's try and do it. Changed to KTM as well. Obviously, these bikes are all the same, doesn't matter what brand you go for, it's just your leathers and your livery which changes. So a crash there for the person who's won the last two races. And I thought, right, person who's leading, that's the person who I had the collision with in the last race, and I'm pretty sure the previous race as well, because it was definitely a person with the prettier leathers on in the first race, I think. Alright, I want to try and beat them. I know how much curb I can take as they go down. The bike nearly came into my line there, and that would have been a crash, but luckily we were okay as we got out on the grass. Second place wasn't too far behind. And third place was closing right in on them. In fact, it might have been all of that. It was all of them together. It crashed there for two of them, so they were pretty much out of it. But second place, which was the guy who won the previous two races, it really closed in on me. Really close in. In fact, he was nearly with me already. Let's not forget he went down on the first lap. So I knew we were going to be under threat from him any second now. Grass, not losing too much time doing that, but yeah, I just saw how close he was to me. This is the penultimate lap, so I've got to try and hold him off. The 2 laps. Will I be able to? Seems like he's getting closer and closer with every corner. Luckily they're obviously short circuits and short laps, but I was waiting for it. He's pretty much on me now. See his front wheel there, and he went for the inside. And through he goes. I thought, no, I don't want a collision because I know what will happen, so I tried to go around the outside of him to put me up the inside, but didn't quite work out, unfortunately. And I was thinking, is there anywhere where I can get him, but he then just pulled away a little bit out the final corner, so I didn't get the best of runs through there. But yeah, this was the final lap of the race. So, right, I'm not letting this one go. Otherwise he's going to end up winning all 3 of the races. Goes right in there. Try to take a tight line like he did, but didn't quite manage it. Not able to get up the inside there, but we were close and within striking distance. So I tried to get up the inside for the penultimate corner, but then he went a little bit wide and I got the cut back and got through the final corner. and then we managed to win the race. That was a much better race and a much better result. And yeah, that was a good one, because he had much more pace than me, but when he got in front he wasn't really able to pull away. And then we managed to spring that surprise attack at him at the final corner, but he did make a little mistake and ran a little bit wide. I managed to just shove up the inside. So yeah, that was my first online session, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be doing more, obviously in different categories as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel for more content, and I shall see you guys next time. Stay safe. I'll see you guys then. See you!